chicken and shrimp carbonara, Olive Garden. I don't eat healthy every day, but when I have a cheat meal, man oh man. Hey guys, so braids are here. You guys may have saw me do my video of me doing my hair. So the braids are in. Just took a shower. Just got out the shower. And honestly, I really do want to like sit and talk about what's going on in my life, how I'm feeling. You know, I feel like I've been doing a lot of like vlogging what's going on instead of like really sitting and talking about you know, like some plans and stuff that I have that I'm working on. So I'm actually, you know what, let's start with, I have a job interview tomorrow. My mom and I are getting a part-time job working at like the stadium. And that is actually pretty exciting to me. It's actually exciting for me to just get a regular job again, because me being self-employed and me being a freelancer is kind of not it. It could be, the money could be there, but something is not clicking because I'm not really making a lot of money. And I think that having a job will just give me the discipline to, you know, make money. And maybe what I'm doing now, it's been a fun ride, but I'm probably going to have to really go in a different direction, because this hasn't been taking me anywhere positive. This hasn't been moving, you know, like I'm still like without a car. I still am trying to save up for a car. You guys know my savings, I spent all my savings for my birthday, and I haven't been able to catch back up and just, well, you know, I got sick, and then the winter, I mean, I always say winter storm, but like the thing happened where the power went out, and it's just, anyway, yeah, we have this interview tomorrow, and this is actually a step in the right direction, because you know what? I hope we get it, because it'll be kind of cool working with my mom. And, but even with me getting this job, I'm kind of torn between continue doing what I'm doing as freelance work Monday through Friday, because this part-time work is going to be on the weekends, right? So do I continue with the freelancing stuff Monday through Friday, or should I just get another job after this? Now, I'm on income-based things, meaning I'm on government assistance. Like, let's just lay all the cards on the table, put all my business out there. I'm on government assistance, and I don't want to get cut off right now. I always tell myself, I don't want to make just enough money to get cut off. You know, like, I want to make above and beyond the amount of money to get cut off, if that makes any sense. Meaning, I don't necessarily want to, I don't know, maybe this doesn't, I don't know. But if you know, you know, it already is really difficult to get government assistance. I have been trying to get government assistance for years. I mean, I just never knew how to do it, and then now I know, and I've been trying to get on it for years, and now that I have it, it's actually really, really nice, but there's still aspects of my life that I need to work on. So I didn't do everything I needed. I need a car and I need a place, but I can get low-income housing, but I'm trying to get a car first. So all I'm trying to say is I don't necessarily want to get cut off of my benefits unless I'm making a ton of money, which I do want to make a ton of money, which are the other things I'm going to mention in a minute. But I just kind of think that now I have to make around $3,600 something a month in order for me to get cut off. So I think that's a decent amount. If I was making that kind of money doing something, I think I would be fine having my benefits cut off, honestly, because I think I wouldn't be struggling no more. I'm gonna just tell you right now, I don't make nowhere near that. And if I did, I wouldn't be here. I would be in my own place. I would have a car. My life would look a lot different if I was making that kind of money per month. So maybe I shouldn't have. When I looked at that, I kind of told myself maybe I shouldn't have such a fear of my benefits getting cut off. I have that fear because it took so long for me to get them, and I just simply suffered for a large portion of my early 20s. Like, I just simply suffered. I needed the government assistance years ago, and I just simply suffered and went without, you know. But now that I have government assistance, like I said, those things, go on in the back of my head where I'm just like, well, I don't want to. I just got stuff now. I don't want to get it cut off because I hear horror stories of people saying like, I got a job and then my benefits got cut off. And I wonder. I mean, they're not really being specific about how much money they're making though, because they're like, I got a job working at the grocery store and then my benefits got cut off. What? How? How does that happen? So I don't know. I get scared about stuff like that, but I'm trying not to. Like I said, I looked at the requirements, and it looks like I need to make almost 4,000 a month for them to be cut off. So I think that I should be all right with just getting a job or two, you know. And that's kind of the route that I'm going into. I told myself if in May I can make X amount of money, then I'll just continue doing freelancing. But if I don't, and here's the thing, I didn't. I had a really, really bad month in May. But most of this year has been horrible. I haven't been having good months. So that's why I'm just like, yeah, let me just go on and get a job at this point. Like, maybe two. Maybe two. Because my mom really been pissing me off lately, and I really just gotta get away from her. And my grandma ain't too bad because I've been avoiding her. You know, if I couldn't avoid her, it would be bad with her too because she is horrible. But I can't avoid my mom. So, it's been bad. And I need to leave. Like, let's just be honest. I need to get out this house. I need a car. I need that independence. I gotta go. I gotta go. So that's why I'm just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go the 2 jobs route. And honestly, I have a few ideas of what I would want to do. Number one would be some type of waitressing, because I've worked a waitress job before at Denny's. And I'm thinking like someone who works a waitress job, you get tips, and like people make pretty good money who do waitress jobs. Now I've done it before. The money was the money was pretty much the same that you would make at any other job. So I don't know, but I only was working there for a month as well. So I can't fully tell you yay or nay. The benefit of doing a waitressing job is just the cash money and the daily money. You don't have to wait 2 weeks for a paycheck. You're getting paid that day, So if you need money that day, just come in for a shift, and you got cash money. I would have a wad of cash in my purse. I have the most cash ever. So I think waitressing jobs are kind of cool, and I probably would go back to something like that. Or I just also thought about doing a work from home job, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And with any job, personally, at my big age, it's just kind of like I have to be making a certain amount of money, and like I have to work with people that I can't get along with. Let's just say that, because I would definitely not last at a job where it's a horrible work environment. Anyway, also there are other things that I'm working on in the background. I'm working on a gaming channel where I'm posting every day on with The Sims 4. I don't know if anybody wants to see it, feel free to let me know. I don't get comments or views like that, so whatever. But I have a gaming channel that I am, working on. And I also have, this channel. This channel is a thing too. I do hope that someday this channel could turn into something as well. Right now we're in the very, very, very beginning stages. So I'm not expecting anything, but And then I'm also working on a course. I'm working on digital marketing, So we're kind of working on some other things because I also want to mention that trading is not going good at all. at all. It's going horrible. Like what I thought I had a foolproof plan of doing one trade per day. One trade per day has been failing, and to me, I'm starting to just lose hope with trading. I don't know what else to do. All of the things I knew to do to try, I don't know anymore. I genuinely don't know anymore. And it's really, really discouraging. That's why I'm like launching other things, because at some point it was just trading. Trading was the only thing I was working on. And I'm really starting to lose hope with it. I really am. And I'm really just, that's why I'm really like moving into doing other things. Yeah, there is a moth in the room. But yeah, I would obviously love for trading to come through and make money for me, but I don't know. I don't really think I'm going to be a profitable trader anymore. Unfortunately, that's how I feel. I feel completely lost. I feel like everything that I knew, it just seems like everything I knew isn't working anymore. So what do I even know anymore? You know? So it's really, really sad to see that happen. But here's the thing. I'm used to failure. I'm used to failure. And that's the thing. It's not like I don't be trying to do stuff. I've been trying to do stuff for years. But I'm just be failing. Pepper, stop! And then regarding weight loss, I like desperately want to lose weight. I want to lose literally like 50 pounds. If not, probably 100 pounds. But 100 pounds might be a little overkill. But I really want to lose 50 pounds, like genuinely. I am just tired of hating my body, right? I used to love my body so much. I used to be that girl. I have glowed down. And I want to make a video about that, but that's not the video today. All I'm saying is I have actually been trying. I have been working out somewhat consistently. It hasn't been an everyday thing. There have been a time where I may have skipped a week or two from time to time, but I've been more consistent than I've ever been with working out. And I have been taking strides with trying to eat healthier and, you know, just whatever. And unfortunately, I feel like with I know that I could put in more effort. I understand that I could put in more effort. But even with what I'm putting in, I don't really think I'm seeing any results. And it's really discouraging. I even kind of low-key feel like even my hair growth journey, like I feel like my hair isn't even growing. I feel like it's just stuck at this length. I don't even know if it really has been growing. I've been looking at my pictures and I'm just like, has it even been growing? Like, and what's crazy is I know it grows because I be seeing the new growth. Like, I have my hair in cornrows and I'll be feeling the new growth after a while, but like, where's the length? You know, my hair, it seems, now maybe I'm tripping, but my hair has been like this for like 6 months after cutting my hair. I don't know if it even grows any longer than this. Like, I'm doing everything everybody's telling me to do. I'm taking better care of my hair. Even though I did this whole hair care video and I did say that my hair was growing, but maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just gassing myself up and maybe it's really not growing. And that's how I also feel about my weight loss journey. I'm actually putting in real effort. Not the best effort in the world. Like, I really would like to be super strict, but, you know, my mom be buying food. She got some Olive Garden today. I'm not going to refuse that. The winter storm, I wasn't going to be on no budget. I wasn't going to be on no diet. I was just going to eat. It just sometimes things come up, like people buy food for me or something, and I just can't say no to it. So when it really comes down to me, when I fix my own food, I'm good with staying on my diet. When I fix food for myself, this is another reason why I kind of want to live on my own, because it's like I won't have these external distractions from like my family. You may think like, well, that's good. Your family's buying you food. Like, that's good. It's only a little bit good. I will say that yes, I appreciate it, but It's making me fat. I'll say it's continuing to make me fat. And number two is it blows right back up in my face. You know, my mom saying, this is expensive and we're going to cut back on buying food and da da da. And no cutbacks are made and you're still complaining about money and it's still always my fault and blah, 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 blah. So it really kind of blows back up in my face anyway. I be buying you food and like, like, babes, you don't. And then when I refuse, when I say, "No, you good," like you don't have to buy me any food, it's an argument. Like, "Nah, I'm gonna get in the car." And then, so it's just, it's really a lot, and I don't like this situation at all. But with the weight loss thing, I think I'm gonna like make some changes to. Now I have seen, to be honest with you, I have lost 10 pounds in a month. So I did really actually lose 10 pounds with my efforts in a month. I don't see any difference in the way my body looks. Now, obviously, losing 10 pounds, you can't see 10 pounds being lost on your body. So I think that, I don't know. Plus, this week of me eating, I feel like I probably gained it all back. I feel like I may have gained back that 10 pounds that I lost. I haven't been walking or working out this past week, or even last week, because last week I was sick. Now, last week I was sick, so I wasn't eating anything. So that's, unfortunately, hate to say it, good. I hate this. I hate that I used to be naturally skinny. I used to naturally just have a nice body and live the exact same way that I'm living now and have a nice body. But doing the exact same thing now, if anything, I'm more active and I'm watching what I'm eating, but I just cannot lose the weight. So I'm gonna take it to a little bit more. I'm gonna take it to a little further. I'm gonna try to eat under 1,000 calories a day because I kind of think that I don't eat under 1,000 calories a day. I'm gonna start tracking my calorie intake again, and I'm really gonna start aiming for like 600 to 800 calories a day. I know a girl who says she lost a lot of weight from eating like 300 to 400 calories a day. Can you imagine eating 400 calories a day? How do you do it? I will admit, I be hungry and stuff, and it's just hard to. I do eat a lot. I do. I will admit that, and I will admit that I. This is why I say I could be better. Like my portion sizes could be smaller, and things like that. Like even right now, I'm hungry. Now we did just do a lot of yard work, and plus my diet doesn't start today. It's gonna start tomorrow. So I'm going to probably eat something tonight, even though I just be feeling bad about it. Eating is kind of like one of those things that makes me feel better about myself temporarily. It's like when I used to smoke weed, you know what I'm saying? Food wasn't that big of a problem. When I used to smoke weed, I didn't really eat that much. But now that I don't have anything to make me feel good, you know what I'm saying? Like eating is that. So I'm gonna really, because intermittent fasting doesn't do anything either for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm not doing intermittent fasting right. I don't eat past a certain time after dark, and I don't eat in the morning until about 12 o'clock, 11:30 to 12 o'clock p.m. So in that time frame, say between noon and between like 8 o'clock, is when I actually allow myself to eat my 2 meals for the day. Sometimes I only eat one meal, but I think the calorie intake is something I really need to worry about. Like really, really focus on getting like I'm gonna just say anywhere between 600 to 800 calories a day. Because I think I am averaging like over 1,000 calories, and I think I really need to be more strict about really lowering my portion sizes and really lowering that calorie intake. And I think maybe then I actually would see a difference along with working out. You know what I'm saying? Working out is still something I'm going to be doing and going for my walks and things like that. But yeah, I haven't been doing any of that in a good 2 weeks, so I am excited to get back to it because I do feel good when I exercise and when I diet. I actually like it, so we're gonna get back into it. Those are some of my updates. I'm getting a job. Probably gonna get a second job. We'll see how that goes. Working on other businesses. Working on my weight loss journey and my hair growth journey, and just those are, we're still just trying to save up for a car and move out. I want to be able to do that this year. At this point, I don't know, though. I don't know. It shouldn't be this hard to do those things, but it is. At least for me, it is. Unfortunately, I just try not to be depressed. Rotel dip with sour cream, late night.
I get you any hot sauce, lemons, anything else with the
Oh
moment?
yeah, hot sauce.
Louisiana or Tabasco?
Louisiana.
Yes, ma'am. I'll see you again tomorrow.
Really? Look like we in the zoo or something. This way? Yeah, we can go this way. Oh, so, I like this hat. I just got this hat at this store. Me and my mom went shopping today, and at my mom's favorite little thrift store. It's almost like a little boutique thrift store, but yeah, I found this Nike hat, and it was definitely a godsend, a match made in heaven, because I have been wanting a Nike hat. And for this new job that I'm going to be working, I'm going to need a black hat. So I thought to myself, I want a Nike hat. Like, if I'm going to wear a black hat, I want a Nike hat. I used to have a Nike hat, but it was blue. And it was like, I really, really loved it. But I have no idea what happened to it. I had it for a good, like, maybe 2 years. I don't know. And then it completely disappeared. So it is what it is. Now I have a black one. And I love it. You could, like, I'm pretty sure they want me to tie my hair up. So you can put it in a ponytail, you can put it in a bun, blah, blah, blah. But yeah. So, me and my mom went to our interview today. I didn't really feel very comfortable filming, I guess you could say. So I really wanted, you don't really film in situations like that. But I think I could have sneaked some clips. I did sneak like a brief clip of like the building. But I'm going to be working in stadiums. Me and my mom. See, you can just put it in a little bun. So me and my mom are going to be working stadiums. And my mom has a full-time job already. But we're going to be doing this as it's a part-time gig. It's definitely part-time. You can't even work full-time if you wanted to. But that's totally fine. Because that's what we want. And I think this is going to be a really great opportunity because I do want to get a second job, and a lot of times, in order to work two jobs, you have like a full time job and a part time job. I know that some people probably have two full time jobs, but I don't know. I really do want to get a second job. So I want to be in my era of working two jobs. Single mom working two jobs. Does it get any more stereotypical than that? Single black mom working two jobs. Does it get any more stereotypical than that? But yes, yes, yes. I'm just really excited. So basically, what they did was we didn't even have an interview. They just kind of just hired us. We filled out like my name and my email on the website, and then you actually schedule an interview. So I thought that maybe we're gonna do an interview. I was like kind of nervous, like you know how you feel about interviews. And I got up there. Well, we got up there, and it's a whole group of people, and basically just we had to fill out all this paperwork, and we did a drug test on the spot. We did a drug test on the spot, and normally I'm good with drug tests. Like I don't do anything, so. But I remember that I did take a little bite of an edible one time, but that actually was over a month ago. So, but it came back negative anyway for everything. I was actually really, really nervous about that because normally with drug tests, they have you do like a urine test, and a lot of times they have you like go to a different facility that like specializes, like a Quest facility or something like that. Because I've done about two or three drug tests in my life, and they usually kind of have it kind of like that, and usually they do urine tests. But this one was a saliva thing. So they had you put this piece of cotton. Well, it's more like styrofoam. No, it's more like cotton. It was cotton, and it was on a stick. And you like take out the plastic and you put it in your mouth. They wanted you to put it in your mouth for 10 minutes. And some people's needed more saliva. So like I ended up just kind of spitting in the little test tube thing. So it's like a box, a little tiny box that's kind of like a test tube, and it's like transparent, but it reminds me of taking a pregnancy test in a way, because if you know about taking a pregnancy test, the ones where there's the lines, that's basically how it works. So like the liquid, whether it be your urine with a pregnancy test or whether it's saliva from this type of test, this that the moistness, reveals whether there's one line or two lines. So I was like really looking at the THC one because I was just like, I don't know, but the man looked at it and he was like, "You're good to go." And I was like, "Thank God," because I don't even do nothing. I really don't even, I really don't even do anything, and I just got cut off that one time. But that was, like I said, over a month ago, and I should be good anyway. I really should. Like, I just don't be doing nothing. Um, but it's kind of funny. I've done urine tests before, and there was a time where I literally took a detox because at that time I did smoke weed religiously, like every day, and I definitely would have failed a drug test if I had to do one. Which is very, very funny because if that was the case, I did all this, drove way out there and everything, and they have you do a drug test on the spot, I would have just failed. And I wonder how many people have just failed, like, because they were not prepared for that. No one said anything about there would be a drug test right then and there. But if you ain't got nothing to hide, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But, they used to make this drink that was like a detox kind of thing. And then, like, so if you have to do a urine test, you kind of do a detox, like, what, an hour beforehand or a couple of hours before, and it makes you pee a lot and blah, blah, blah. Even though some people say, like, a watered down drug test is not viable or something. Whatever, whatever, whatever. I'm excited because we'll be working in the stadium, so or really we'll just be working different events, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like we'll be doing like they say that like the Dallas Cowboys football games. We'll be doing like just different events and stuff. They said basketball games, blah blah blah. So I think somebody who's really into sports, this would be like their dream. You know, this would really be their dream because you're literally getting free access to sporting events. I hope that it's also concerts because that's what I like. I like concerts, so I'm kind of hoping that I can kind of be in the mix with concerts as well. At the end of the day, when it comes to a job, you just don't really know what you'll be doing until you're in it. So, of course, when you first get hired at a job, you just get excited thinking about what you're going to do. So now all I have to do is do a background test, and they'll background check, and then they'll contact us, and then we'll pretty much start work. Another thing that's really cool about this job is that you can put your own hours. They don't assign you hours. You have to assign your own hours. And honestly, I wish more jobs were like this. I think that it's extremely convenient and amazing to choose your own hours. So me and mom can choose the same schedule. We don't have to worry about that. And since my mom is going on vacation, so yeah, basically in a situation where you want to go on vacation or something, you don't have to worry about requesting time off. You can just not schedule yourself for that. So all of that is like super convenient, super amazing. I love when jobs do things like that. Just any little perks. You get paid weekly, so that's also really, really cool. And just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Just, yeah, like, I'm just excited to have some extra money. Um, of course, I still have the things that I do to make money, like my freelance work, but I'm still wanting to get a second job. But that will be extra money outside of this job and a second job. That's something I'll be doing on top of all of that stuff for extra money. So I know I told you about government assistance and how I don't want to get cut off my benefits, but to be honest with you, you know, you need to make almost $4,000 a month as a family of three to get cut off of, say, like food stamps, right? So, like, if I'm making almost 4,000 a month anyway, like, I don't think I need it. You know, if I'm really making that much money, I don't think I would need food stamps. But I guess it really just depends because I've seen on TikTok and stuff, people say, I got a job, and then like their benefits get cut off, and they're just working some regular job, like some minimum wage job, and then their benefits get cut off. So I don't know, but I did look at the requirements, and it was like, you need to, you know, you get your benefits cut off if you're making X amount of money. I think I've talked about this before, because I was like, these people aren't really revealing how much they make. You know, they just say, I got a job. I guess your job is paying more than what the income requirements is then. And obviously, being a government assistant is not something that I really just want to be on. It's very, very helpful because I've been struggling for a long time, and all I know is struggle. So I guess if I really was doing well and I wasn't struggling, like I would be fine, and I wouldn't need it. So we'll see. I just know I'm trying to get my money up, and I know that I'm probably going to start being a lot more busier with working jobs, especially two. But I see this is how you can work two jobs because this is a weekend kind of thing, right? You're pretty much going to be working on the weekends, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So if I could find, if and nights, you know, evenings to nights, you ain't really doing any morning type of stuff. So this has me thinking, and of course I'm gonna begin this job first and at least work here for maybe like a month before I really start applying to other jobs. But that doesn't mean that I won't be gearing up towards that. You know, I definitely will be starting to gear up towards finding another job, right? And for another job, I definitely feel like probably something that is a Monday to Friday type of job. I obviously, a weekend job would clash with this job. So I really started thinking about, first I was thinking about waitressing, but then I started not thinking about that. I was like, yeah, that might be a lot of work because I've done a waitress job before, and it is a lot of work and it is draining. I just don't know. But I thought about what if I go back to doing a work from home job, finding a job that does Monday through Fridays, especially if it's like the morning shift, like 9 to 5 kind of thing. Monday through Fridays, I think that'll work. That will definitely work because my mom has a work schedule like that, Monday through Fridays, 9 to 5 kind of thing. So that's definitely what I am looking for. A lot of other really job like retail or whatever type of jobs, their scheduling is the thing. That's kind of the main thing with that. It's just the scheduling and also the standing on your feet is kind of yeah. Um, but I think I don't know. What do we think? I think I'm getting excited. I'm just excited to have money, some real money. You know, I've been having really, really low months with my freelance work, and it's time to just make money. It's not going to be fun. First, a job is fun, but then you're actually working a job and you're being worked to death, and then you're like, But it's all a part of a plan. We're still building things in the background and working on other things, but for now, money needs to be made right now, you know. So I'm pretty sure you know how that goes. I've never worked two jobs before, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I definitely want to do that. Like I'm in my era of trying. I've tried. I'm a very I'm a very experimental person, and I'm someone who is willing to try so many things that I've never done before. So I'm in my era of working two jobs. Never worked two jobs before, but I'm excited about it. And I think that's once again when I see people do it online, it's kind of like a lot of people do a full time job and a part time job, and that's just how that goes. And I think that's fine. Now, yeah, you're going to be working like every single day, but if you have jobs that are not very invasive, like say for example, this job is going to be pretty fun. I think, you know, it's not as bad as some jobs out there where you're being micromanaged to death and, you're dealing with a bunch of customers, like having to check out people or all this stuff. You're kind of, from what I recall, you're kind of just doing a bunch of standing around. And babes, I can do that. Standing around, walking around, whatever, whatever. Babes. That's fine. And then a work from home job. Yeah. Anyway, so I actually am gonna go pick up the kids in a minute because it's getting kind of dark, and yeah. So just wanted to give you some updates on that. Really excited. I'm actually, I'm down bad when I'm excited about getting a job, but it's time, and I'm glad me and my mom are doing this together. It's far away. That's why we're kind of doing this together. It's like it's really far. Like it's like an hour, 30 minutes away from where I live. So yeah, it's kind of, and I'm not used to working far jobs. Most jobs I've ever worked has been within a vicinity of maybe 20 minutes away from where I live. So that's another thing that's kind of exciting to me, is working a job that's actually far away, and I have time to get myself together before I go into work, just mentally. Because I feel like when you just go to a job that's just right there, you don't have really time to really mentally prepare for the job. And I think that me and mom are gonna leave super early and stuff like we always usually do to make sure traffic, blah blah blah, whatever, whatever. But I think it's just kind of exciting being able to go to a job that's kind of far away. Um, we'll go half and half on the gas, but I don't know. The pay isn't amazing. I'm not gonna even say how much it pays per hour, because I don't want you to make fun of me. But it is not. It's decent. It's not just minimum wage. It's decent and it's fair, but it's not great. You know. So my mom and I kind of calculated how much we might be making like a week and stuff, and yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm in my era of just being a hardworking sugar mom because I want to get a car and I want to move out. You know, that's that's yeah, really really important. So yeah. All right. So peace out. I'm gonna pick up the kids, and I'm gonna enjoy whatever freedom I have now. Cause when I work, this should really get. You know, that's the thing with having a job. Like you're so ready to start the job, but you really need to enjoy your freedom as much as you can. Cause yeah, I definitely, if I can, sneak some footage of stuff, being at games and stuff like that. I definitely would sneak footage. But once again, I think a lot of stuff I'll probably be doing is like college basketball from time to time, or baseball games or something like. It won't be just super exciting, but once again, someone who's into sports, just all around, would like love a job like this. So I don't know, but all right. Let's talk jobs. So I'm like on my computer and I am like looking at jobs because I think I told you guys I want to work 2 jobs. And so basically the first job is pretty much secured at this point. I mean, they haven't done the background check yet, but I'm pretty much gonna get the worst has is past us. So I'm pretty much gonna get the job. I don't have any issues with my background, but it had me kind of thinking about jobs that I want, the next job that I want to apply to, and I kind of think about what I want and what I can do, first of all. And I do want to give some insight on maybe somebody who is either maybe around my age or maybe are younger, or I don't even know, like just give a little bit of insight. I don't know. I've been self-employed for a good like 2 years, but getting a job is not really difficult for me. So the gap in unemployment is really not something that I'm scared of or whatever. But anyway, I really want to talk about qualities that I look for in a job and qualities I don't look for in a job. So for example, go back in your room. So for example, me being literally, I thought I was 26. Oh my God. Me being literally 28 years old. 28. I'm I know I just had a birthday and but I'm literally 28. This is crazy. Wow. Okay. Me being 28 years old comes with things, meaning, if I find myself back in the job market looking for a job, because all else failed, starting a business didn't work, freelancing didn't work, like nothing else worked out for me. So I'm back in the job field as I get older. And I do think that the way I approach jobs now is different from how I used to approach jobs when I was younger. And I will say that if you're younger, you probably don't have to be so picky with the jobs that you want, because you're probably just getting what you can get when you're young. You're just getting that customer service experience. Let me just get that line out. You're really just trying to get that customer service experience, right? So I think that, like, for example, I worked at Walmart for a while. Like, there are 2 different times I worked at Walmart. That type of job is honestly not something I want to go back to. I don't want to do any type of cashier work. I really don't want to do, honestly, any retail. Been there, done that, don't really want to do it no more. It's just not for someone with standards, with real standards. You're going to be worked like a slave. I don't want a job where I'm worked like a slave, where I'm worked to the bone, 8 hours a day, it's busy. It's just, and Walmart is kind of one of them jobs that are that's that. And the last time I worked there was when I was 25. So I just was like, you know, and number 2 is I don't want to really be standing on my feet. Okay, I'm going to be working this part-time job, working weekends while I'll be on my feet. Okay, you know. Um, I can deal with part-time and I can deal with weekends, but especially with having two jobs, I don't want to have another job where I'm on my feet. I just don't. Once again, I'm getting older. I see what the other side is like, and I just don't want to cross back over. Working on your feet a lot is really bad on your body over time, especially when you do not have good shoes. So even when you have good shoes, it's still a lot and very, very taxing. Hey! Very, very taxing for your body. So that is not something that I really want to do, is have a second job working on my feet. I have to be sitting down. Okay? So we'll get into what kind of jobs that could be. Number 3, this kind of goes hand in hand with the first thing I mentioned, where I don't want to be working like a slave. The opposite. I want a job that's easy work. There's those people who just have jobs where they ain't doing too much. It's quite easy. You're kind of just chilling for the most part. You know, like I know people who have quote unquote easy jobs, or whatever they call them, jobs, lazy girl jobs, or whatever they call them. I know people who have easy jobs, and as you get older, you're kind of like, okay, yeah, I want to like go in that direction. Sitting down, working some type of easy kind of job. And then, so the last thing I wanted to mention is pay. I'm not working for anything less than 13 an hour. Most jobs pretty much pay at least $13 an hour. Now, once again, you can kind of negotiate when it comes to jobs and be more picky a little bit and only try to choose the highest paying ones, like maybe like a 15 an hour job, 16, 17, 18. Now, it's probably really difficult and hard to find a $20 an hour job that is entry level, where you don't have any degree or technical skills required. Those jobs are probably more difficult, and even then, they probably are just hard. It's probably harder work as well. So I don't know. Would love to find a job that's 20 an hour, but I'll be okay with say 15 an hour starting out. Did I say 15? 13. 13 realistically, but sure, I would definitely love anything more than that. So brings me to jobs I would not consider at all. Okay, at my big age, as an old woman like myself. Number 1 is fast food jobs. I never worked a fast food job and I never will. I just never have done it because I just know how crappy they are. You know, just they're going to work you like a slave, and you're also being harassed by customers, or you're being harassed by other employees. Or if you're working cooking the food, then you're going to be burned all the time. Like, which one do you choose? Or do you want to clean up bathrooms? Or do you want to wash dishes and mop the floors? Like, it's just slave type of work. And no, no, just no. When there's other options, honestly, no. Second is retail, because just been there, done that. I'm not really, retail jobs are just not it, unless it's something, say, like, for example, Macy's, right? That is a retail job that I would say, okay, maybe, because, like, if you're working in the makeup counter or maybe the fragrance counter or something like that, I think you can get commissions for sales and things like that on top of your base pay. I think you also get commissions. And it's also kind of more of an upscale kind of thing, working at a department store. I know stores like Macy's isn't necessarily what it used to be, but maybe that's a good thing, because there's not a ton of people coming in and out the store. Once again, like I just explained, honestly, when you're working any kind of job where there's a ton of people coming in and out, just know you're going to be worked to death. So, like, when I worked at Walmart, yeah, even though I worked at the self-checkout and mainly my job was just kind of stand there, it still was hell and hectic. So a job like Macy's, I can assume, is actually quite chill, because there's probably not a lot of people that are coming in and out the store. For the most part, you're probably just either standing there or doing some type of tidying things up, some type of restocking. Like, you're probably not really even doing too much. So I would actually consider a job like that, or they even, if you can work yourself up, even from that, you can even say like work like actual luxury designer stores. Some people start at stores like a Macy's and they work their way up to an actual designer store. And once again, you can get commissions and you can make some very, very decent money. So, yeah. Okay, then, so most retail stores I probably wouldn't consider though, because you're standing on your feet. There's a lot of people coming in and out. I don't want to work on a cashier. I don't want to do fast food. I really would. Another thing is, I don't really want to do, say, for example, phone jobs. That's kind of another thing. I kind of want to avoid phone jobs like the plague, and I also want to kind of avoid sales-based jobs as well. Been there, done that. Once again, I've done sales before, and it was the worst job I've ever had. Now, some people, maybe it was just that job, maybe other sales jobs are not so bad, and maybe also just there's some good money to be made in sales. I've heard there's good money to be made in sales if you're good at it, but I'm decent at it, but it's just not worth the level of anxiety I would get from trying to manipulate people and stuff, and I couldn't do it for too long. But yeah, I also would rather not do phone jobs. So if I'm trying to do a work from home job, for example, I really don't want to be on phones. You know, I just, I'd rather not. I just would rather not if there are better options. Would, I would, but I'd rather not. And I also, this is a small detail I want to mention. I really love jobs that are a lot more relaxed, like the environment is more relaxed. The managers aren't like, I don't know how to explain you. You just know if you've been working for a long time and you've been working many different jobs, you know that some jobs are more strict than others. I like the jobs that are very, very lenient when it comes to certain things. Like, I know this is going to sound bad, right? But jobs that aren't so bad when it comes to calling in sick or being late to things. They're not going to just chew you out like every single time. Like, sometimes they don't even be checking that deep. I like stuff like that. I don't like jobs where you have micromanagement. Once again, I won't last long at a job where I have someone literally just breathing down my shoulder every 5 minutes, especially if I've been there for a long time and I know what to do. Like, I don't like having someone watching my every move. I like someone that just trusts me and just lets me do what I need to do. And if I have a question, if I need to come to you, then you're there and you're available. Those are the best type of managers and those are the best type of jobs. And I definitely want to manifest more so a job like that versus the opposite. Because the opposite and having strict jobs and stuff like that is just, I'm just gonna look for something else. I'm just gonna keep searching until. And I know a lot of people say there's a job shortage and it's hard to get jobs, but you know, we'll see how my experience is, and if I can get a job, then I don't know. I'm not invalidating anybody because I know it's hard out here in these streets, but you know, I just hope that I can find something. So let's get into jobs that are leaning. Let's get into jobs that I'm leaning towards. Jobs that I actually kind of want, right? So there's a few different categories of what I'm willing to do at my big age. And for someone who's had lots of jobs and been working for over 10 years, this is kind of more so what I am wanting and what sounds attractive to me. Number one is actually the job I'm looking at now. I'm looking at a few hotel receptionist jobs. Just a receptionist in general is one of those easy jobs. Let's just keep it 100%. Anytime I've seen a receptionist, I'm like, must be nice. You're making that easy money. You're sitting in a chair, you're doing minimal work, boom. And once again, a hotel, there's not a ton of people coming in and out, you know. I'm okay with busy times from time to time. I'm okay if things get busy from time to time. But do I want a whole 8-hour shift where things are busy? No. Okay, so I think a hotel, like hotel concierge, hotel receptionist, is a great job to have, where you're behind the desk and you just do their check-in information and da 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 da, answer phones, blah blah blah. Okay, especially at a nicer hotel where I have to like dress up and have like kind of a dress code. So there's this hotel I'm looking at right now. It's actually really, really nice. There's no real experience required besides customer service, and I really kind of want this job. But of course, I'll be looking at other ones. Um, Another job that I might, now this one is kind of like, I don't know, is waitressing. The only reason why I say this is because people be saying that there's money in serving jobs. Now, I've worked a serving job before. I've worked at Denny's because, I like to try everything at some point. So I have worked a waitressing job before. It has its pros and cons. I could make another video talking about it someday. But for now, what I will say is the pros is I never had so much cash in my life. And that was a very good feeling. If nothing else, just that feeling of having a big wad of cash in my bag, because I never took it to the bank. I just loved having the cash. Now, these days I probably would take it to the bank, but I'm just saying, like, I just felt like a big baller. I just loved having big wads of cash. The tips were crucial. The tips were good, even working at Denny's. But I do know that some places are better than others and blah, blah, blah. And I was just kind of new. Like, I knew a girl that would work double shifts and would come home with like almost $1,000 a day. Now, she was working double shifts, sometimes even triple shifts. I've seen she work morning, evening, and the overnight shift. So this girl is hustling, and she had a second job, another serving job. I mean, she was a single mom, and she was a hustler, and I honestly respect it 1,000%. But a serving job to me is kind of cool, but kind of not. They're gonna work you to death. That's the con. That's the main con of a serving job. I don't know many serving jobs where you're not being worked to death. But that's where the tips are. The more customers you get, the more money you make. So if it's slow and there's not many people coming in, then you're not making much money. So it's kind of one of those things. It's bittersweet. You're going to be worked to death, but you will make pretty good money. So I am willing to consider that mainly for the sake of the money more than anything. But I'm not a huge people person. I can deal with people. I can do it, but I'm not a huge people person, I will admit. And I think the best servers are people who are people persons. And that's why they make good money, is because they're good with people. And I've never really been someone who's been like just really good with people, so I don't know. Okay. Number 3 job that I'm considering is like a work from home job, but like more so like type support, email support, things like that. And I don't mind being on the phones if it's not 24/7. If I have to pick up a phone call every now and then, that's fine. But a lot of phone-based jobs, you're picking up calls back to back to back to back to back, and there's no breaks with it unless it's your break. But there just don't be a break. Oh Lord, I probably didn't even charge this. It's not charged, baby. So let me charge it up. Yeah. So I am looking at like work from home jobs where you kind of just do it like I said, chat support or email, and sometimes phones. If phones isn't the main priority, I'm okay with doing phones every now and then. So yeah. Other than that, I'm still kind of thinking if I have any ideas, I definitely would maybe include something, but those are kind of giving you some ideas of where I am, where my head is. I also, I also would consider jobs like an office job. This is another one. Maybe perhaps like an office job that doesn't require a degree. Sometimes they have office jobs where you can do some type of work and you are behind a desk and you are, it is a corporate job, but, you don't have to have a degree per se. So I will consider something like that as well. So that's where I am. Those are the jobs that I feel are more attractive and more like something I'd want to do. And then we mentioned the jobs that I absolutely don't really want to do as someone who is older and just been there, done that, and things like that. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Yeah. Okay, guys. So as I'm washing dishes, I just want to briefly talk about my plans. You guys kind of already know that. You guys already kind of know that I am going to be getting a new job. That is exciting. I'm actually really excited about this because I am ready to try something new because I feel like what I've been doing lately hasn't been working out for me. So just going right back into the job force, you know. So basically, here's the plan: get this job, work this job for a good like 2 to 4 weeks, you know, and basically after maybe 2 weeks to a month, I'm going to look for a second job, which will honestly end up probably being my main job. I don't really think I'm going to work 2 part-time jobs. I'm going to look for a full-time job. I talked about type of jobs that I want, something easier, maybe hotel concierge, maybe some type of work. It will most likely be some type of work from home job if I can. If not, I'll just try and get what I can get, but I definitely won't be doing some type of retail or fast food or something like that. Can I get this closed? Okay. This doesn't want to close at all. And then work this job, part-time job, get the second job, and also, on top of everything, I will still be doing my freelance work. Don't think that I'm just not gonna do my freelance work anymore. But I will be stepping back with my freelance work. And so I kind of think to myself, I kind of did some estimation of numbers that we might be looking at. If this job pays like maybe 1,000 a month, and this part-time job, and then I get a full-time job that pays maybe 1,600 to 1,800 a month, and then let's say with my side hustle, let's say I do 500 a month, give or take. Let's see, 2,000. That's almost about $3,000 a month. Am I tripping? And if I am able to successfully make $3,000 a month, just know that that's good. That's good. There's so much that I can do with making money. And yeah, I'm really going to be doing this temporary situation. I don't plan on working 2.5 jobs or whatever forever. I don't plan on doing this forever, but definitely to get somewhere. Definitely to get my goals done. On top of all of this, I will find time to do runs. This doesn't require any type of effort at all. This doesn't require any type of effort, but I would say I wanted to work on some other things that don't generate income immediately. They'll eventually generate income. You guys also know that I do trading. Even though day trading is not going good right now, at any moment or any point, I think that it could pop off and it could bring in some money eventually if I really how to get it right. So you guys know I'm always still working on baking, and then I'm working on other side businesses. So I feel like you might be thinking, girl, how are you going to handle doing all that? Will you be able to do all of that? And the answer is I don't know. Because I'm already horrible with time management, but I know that mindset is there. I know that I have gotten better with consistency and my work ethic and things like that. So I don't know. I kind of look at this as a challenge, and I kind of look at this as like, yeah, I may not do everything perfectly, like on a schedule. You know how like everything may not be done all the time perfectly, but that is a general idea of what I'm trying to do. And when I have time to do certain things, then yeah, I don't know if this is making any kind of sense, but it's making sense to me, and that's all that matters. Because eventually, now I feel like to some degree, I don't care how long I have to do this, I'm mainly going to be doing this to get independence, just to get in a place of independence. I'm doing this so I can save up money to buy a car. I'm doing this to get my driver's license back. I have to pay off all these tickets. And so I can renew my license. And I'm also doing this so I get an apartment. And once I'm able to do all that, then, then we can think about what to do next. But for now, this is the plan until I can get in those positions. Unless something pops up. Now, if one of my side hustles pops up and it makes money sooner than I think, then that's obviously good. But I'm just saying, this is the plan that if that doesn't happen, just work these jobs, save up the money for a car, save up the money for a place, and then we'll go from there. And perhaps eventually I'll be able to turn side hustles into full-time gigs and certain things like that. That's just what it is. So that's the reason why I'm excited. I'm not excited to necessarily bust my ass, but I am excited to make more money so I can find other things in my life. I've had jobs before, don't get me wrong, but I just felt like maybe my mind wasn't in the right place, and maybe I just I'm finally working 2.5 jobs for the first time, so I think this should definitely be enough money to get my life together. I've always only worked maybe just like one job at a time. And that always was a lot just right there. Working one full-time job is already a lot, very exhausting. And I kept telling myself, I don't know how people can work 2 jobs. But here we are. Here we are. Fine people. I'm one of those people. But sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. To get somewhere. Nobody just begging and get the money. So you gotta take care of yourself. I got kids to take care of. I got plans and things I'm trying to do. So yeah. And maybe even go on my first solo trip this year. It may not be this year though. But that's always been a thing where I find I'm more down on a solo vacation. Go on a trip by myself. Take myself out for once. so gross. So, you know, just things. Just things. So once again, like I said, I'm still going to be doing my work. I'm still going to be doing my freelance work, you know. And I think that if I could just focus on making maybe $500 a month with that, just kind of taking a step back, or even just a couple hundred, something decent with that, that would be helpful. And you know, the way I look at it is my two jobs would be money that will go towards saving, and my side hustle money will go towards actually just buying things. Like, if there's anything that I need or want, my side hustle money will go towards that instead of putting all the pressure on that income to be everything. That can finally be freed up as, you know, fun money, if you will. Hopefully. Now, hopefully things go this way. Hopefully that's how things go. Then on top of all that, I will admit that I am nervous about free time. How much free time, time to sleep, blah, blah, blah will I have? You know, because I can, you know, when you're doing stuff like this, you're trading your time for money. So how much actual free time would I have? How much time would I have to take my kids out places? Just, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Ultimately, I'm just doing a lot of thinking, but eventually we will just see for ourselves, you know. Eventually I will see what the work ethic is, how things are. I'm gonna take you guys on my journey. I'm coming up to my 1 month anniversary on this channel of like posting consistently. Now this channel has been around for a little bit longer, but this is the first time I've ever been able to be this consistent on my channel, and ever since I posted that video starting over. So I do want to post a month update because I definitely have been very pleasantly surprised by how this channel has been going. It hasn't been anything crazy, and of course that's fine and that's expected, but I have been actually surprised by the results I've been getting from this channel, and I'll talk about that later. But even this channel could be something, you know, anything I put effort and energy into, I always hope in the back of my mind that it could potentially be something more. So even with this channel, now this channel isn't, say, the biggest priority that I think like, oh, I'm gonna make a lot of money with this channel like right now. No, maybe eventually after a year or 2 years, I could start making full-time income with this channel. And that's why I do stuff like this. If I just passively work on this channel now, you know, who's to say where this channel could be in like a year from now? Right now, you know, we're not seeing any type of serious engagement, but like after a bit of time, me just continuing